I was just participating in a seminar in London a couple of days ago, and as the world economy looks today, then there are only a few % of the human beings that own and earn the most of the money
Yes.
in this world. So with this law of attraction, what would you say about that? Would you say that these people, they are able to attract all this money and they do it in accordance to the law of attraction, or how do you look at this, also this, what I call greed and so in the world?
Well, let's make one statement to cover everything that happens in the world and in the universe. Every single event that happens, we attract. But it's not just an individual attraction, there's a collective attraction involved. Now, if that's the case, then yes, I must agree that a person, the whole world has attracted that a few people have most of the money. Why have we attracted that? Why do we even value money? We need to even ask why we've attracted that. Because the reality is most of us value money, many people in the Western world in particular value money above many other things. Why do we do that? There's a law of attraction in operation there. So understand that absolutely everything that happens in the world around us and to us is actually involving this law. And we need to understand it far better to understand how that happens. Now, I'm not saying that having money is a good thing. Because I believe if we were in a developed society, there would be no money at all. And in fact, everyone would have a house. Everyone would have, means of transport. Everyone would have food. Everyone would have water. There would be no money. In a truly developed society, there would be no money. And that's what I mean by that is in a society that is dictated by love, everybody would be giving gifts rather than needing money. So if I had something that I recognise you need, I'd give it to you if I could. And if you had something you recognised I need, well, you'd give it to me if you could. That's how a truly developed society would work. The fact that we develop society around an economic structure that involves money is an indication of how poor our soul condition is with regard to love. So that's what... And the fact is, if we honour a poor soul condition with regard to love, what can we expect as the outcome? We can only expect negative results if we honour these things. Many of us continue to honour these things, and it's the honouring of these things that are out of harmony with love that causes most of the pain in our lives. In fact, it causes all the pain in our lives. And so I feel that when it comes to the world's economic structure, which is all to do with a few people having a lot and the majority of people having next to nothing, in fact, we have a lack of the even distribution of resources on the planet. And why would we do that? If we loved each other, we would not do that. So it's only greediness and other types of emotions that are part of the soul condition that drive those actions. So many times people who have a lot of money have a lot of greed inside of them as well, many times. And in fact, us in the Western society have more greed than many of the people in other societies because we have more money and we're not willing to give it away. We're not willing to share it. Sweden is one of the few countries that has a more open policy with regard to immigration, yes? If you compare your immigration policies with immigration policies of most of the Western countries, you'll find most of the Western countries don't have similar policies. And in fact, many of them are so tight that they won't let somebody who's being raped and hurt somewhere overseas to come into their country in order to protect them. That's a lack of love. It's love that's driving these things. So what we will find, in fact, is that God's law of attraction is actually very much based upon his even higher laws of divine love. So you'll actually find that love is the underlying reason why God created this law, and we want to discuss that now, I feel, as to how love is involved in whatever happens with regard to this law.